Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome back to another fan cast. We are playing another game with Mr. Coldsteel, who saw, I don't know when I uploaded the last replay, like a few days ago. But yeah, it should be very, very interesting. And so yeah, Coldsteel, down the bottom right side of the map is the Zerg player, looking like. Going for the same play again. Something we saw last game is that Coldsteel does not hold with queens. He does not like queens at all. He's just, so he basically gets all his units just by building extra hatcheries instead of queens. I'll mention again, for the players who didn't watch the previous game, Coldsteel is in Silver League. And his opponent actually is Mr. Skittles, which is an absolutely awesome name. Skittles is actually in Gold League, so a little bit more of a challenge for Mr. Coldsteel today, but we'll see how he goes. Last game, I gotta say, Coldsteel was facing off against, oh, I can't remember his name now. Oh, what was it? It was like Sony Killer. I think his name is Sony Killer. And Sony Killer really impressed me. Sony Killer was doing a lot of good stuff. He was moving well with his roaches. He was getting some nice attacks. He was distracting Coldsteel when he had to, building spore calls at the right time. Very good stuff from Sony Killer. But the only thing he really didn't have going for him was the macro. And Coldsteel had a very strong macro playstyle. Very... He was building the workers, he was keeping them up, and he just basically exploded at about the 10-15 minute mark. And yeah, everything just went beautifully for Mr. Coldsteel. Eventually he just got a crap load of mutas, went out there, destroyed everything. So it was nice. It was really nice. And considering he's going against a Gold League player, I think the heavy macro style that we saw in last game should definitely be helpful, especially against a Terran player, and you need to deal with that Triple M, man. Triple M, it's so easy to make. It's so easy to go out and just move your way into a victory and just hit stim every now and then. But it's quite difficult to counter against. I mean, obviously you just roll Bailings in there, and if you're in Silver League and your opponent's in Silver League and you roll Bailings in, then Bailings are a very easy way to destroy lots of Triple M, because Triple M against most things, it's easy to just move your way to victory, but against Bailings you really do need the micro skills to be able to do that. Oh man, asking your opponent what your tactic is going to be. Why the hell not? I mean, some players, you might be able to get away with it. There might be, you know, cocky enough to just say, yeah, I'm totally going for a third base. Why don't you have a go, mate? But I'm going to keep an eye on this chat because it's starting to look really hilarious. What have we got so far? Production, we got link speed coming out a little bit faster than last game, which I definitely like. Got the command center coming out. Skittles going for a third base. Yeah, he's it looks like Skittles loves the macro playstyle as well. That's going to be interesting. 21 over 26, so 6 more workers coming out, looking very sweet. Might be thinking about a third base. Man, I didn't realize people were still playing this map. I just realized what map this is. This is like an old school map, like from at least 2 or 3 months ago, or maybe even more. But it hasn't been on ladder for ages, so unless this is a custom game, I don't know if they return this to the map pool. They may have. I haven't played enough ladder to really, you know, sort of realize it for the season, whatever it is, season 1 2015. But maybe they did reintroduce it, which is, yeah, it's awesome, sort of. It's a very interesting sort of design decision as to where you go for your third base. You go here or you go here. And I've seen a lot of Masters players do it differently. Usually this ends up being the fourth base, but sometimes it ends up being the third base. Oh, they have changed something here. No rocks on the gap. That makes getting this as a third base an even sillier decision because, yeah, closing off these rocks, if you had early firepower, you closed off those rocks, and then it was a lot easier to defend, but without any potential of closing off with rocks there, it's going to be tough. Ling's going on there. Might they get another? No, it doesn't look like it. So let's have a look. 2 workers have been killed so far, which is not bad. We've got this base coming out. Skittles with a bunch of command centers. Needs to be pushing out those workers, though. I mean, how many workers is he at? 28? He's got all the makings of a extremely heavy professional macro fest, but he's not producing the workers to sort of back it up, and 28 is not where you stop producing workers. So just in case you were wondering. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm making fun of these players, but yeah. Let's have a look. He's got the bases down. This at least is one thing which I feel confident about in my ladder play, is that I do a pretty good job of keeping the workers up. At least I have been in my past few games. Early games. Ooh, 400 APM. What is the APM here? Not quite 400 APM for either player. It's a little bit lower than that, but for now, yeah. Oh, just breached 100, so pretty nice stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's not fair to be looking at the APM meter when you're casting a silver level, gold level game. It's just like, what do you expect to see? So yeah, that's fine. Fine, we got 2 more hatcheries coming down. Bunch of macro hatcheries over here, getting the stuff out. I guess Coldsteel doesn't really worry about creep speed either. But then again, he tends to go for mutas. He went for mutas last game. Probably go for mutas this game. Mutas don't really need creep, so yeah, I think that's what he's going to be doing. Just mutas all over the place. Tons of hatcheries. There we go. There's the level 1 muta weapons upgrades. It worked against the other player, because the other player had roaches and lings and a couple of queens, and that was about it. Against Skittles, against this Terran player, I'm not so sure that things are going to be working out for Mr. Coldsteel. Oh man, look at this craziness going on. These guys are starting to get in each other's face, and I'm sure... I love the way that Skittles knocked down the 2 tanks and then said, come attack me. It's... He's got a planetary there as well. What the... This guy is obviously never going to consider moving out for a 3rd base. He's just like, alright, I got my 2 bases here. That's it. I am just going to sit back. I'm going to tell him to attack me. He's going to attack me. I'm going to destroy his army. Then I'm going to march across the map and just, you know, easy win, GG. I think that's seriously what his plan is right now. And Coldsteel showing some, obviously some mental acuity here by not attacking when his opponent asks him to. So not only is he showing mental acuity, he's also showing a blatant disregard for the wishes of his opponent, which, you know, is sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes when your opponent says, you know what, do this, you just have to say, no, you know what, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I am not going to attack you. I wonder if he's got a scatty and see the planetaries and the tanks. So the hell, where are all the friggin' mutas? He hasn't built that many. Ooh, there we go. A couple of changelings rolling in. Going to be getting a nice scout off. Not sure if Mr. Skittles is going to realise these guys are there. Oh, he's realised it. He's realised it. Oh, he's got one? What about the other one? Is the other one? Yeah, he's got the other one. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, man. So we got a 4th base coming down on the top right side of the map. Once again, seeing that insane macro style from Mr. Coldsteel. 59 over 34. He's got macro... He's got the macro of like a platinum player, I'd say, but he's in Silver League, so he kind of just macros his way and then just absolutely rolls in there and just demolishes everything. Gotta be tougher to do that though. We got the Thors. The good old, I'm in Bronze League and I need a big unit that can destroy everything, so let's get a Thor because it has ground attack and air attack, so how can you possibly beat it? Am I seeing 16 workers being built there? He is up to 76 workers, man. It is no wonder he keeps winning these games, because his macro is nuts. And Skittles, man, needs to stop turtling like a little wimp here. I mean, he just... This is just it's just a thing, man. I mean, nobody expects somebody in Silver League to have this much macro. They really, really don't. So we're seeing no scouting. Literally no scouting. This is all he can see right here. He is turtling his way into a victory. He's just going to sit back and say, alright, I'm going to build up 10 Thors or something like that. Then I'm going to march out and destroy the opponent. And Coldsteel's like, yeah, you know what? I don't know what macro he's got, but I think I got more. Yes, we are seeing 9 more workers being built. He's up to 75. He is going to go for 100 workers. I would not be surprised at all. And in case you are still wondering, there are 0 queens on the map. He is doing all of this with hatcheries. My god. He's building another spawning pool. Why the freaking hell is he doing that? Did he lose this? No, he's still got a spawning pool there. He's building a... Jeez, did we just... That's all... Skittles obviously starting to scout out the hatchery numbers. He just scanned this and he just saw those ones. Needs to be looking over there. There we go. Nidus worm shenanigans for the win. And might be doing some sort of two-prong. It's going to take him 10 minutes to get all those lings in there. That is crazy. Oh, he's seen it. Oh, there we go. Heard it on the radio that a Nidus was coming in. They just put a supply depot or something there. I've fallen into that trap as well. Except in my case, the Nidus actually got down. The unit started running out. I'm like, you bastard. Oh, man. Oh, man. So what do we got? This will be nice just to move units out there. I assume he's got another Nidus down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So, oh, look at so many changelings. He has to manually attack all of these guys. It's going to be too much of a pain in the ass. Some of them will make it through. There we go. There's a few coming in. Oh, I think that Thor just killed 4 of them at once. Is there still another changeling in here? I do not know. I don't know if they even show up as being a changeling here. I don't think so. Maybe they're all dead. No, I just heard a changeling die, so there obviously was another one in there somewhere. Alright, so we're sitting back, we're relaxing, we're macroing up. Surprisingly enough, Coldsteel has way more macro and way less army. He's not building units, he's teching up. He's building like every tech structure is possible to build. And he's not making any... Yeah, there we go. There's a bunch of units. That's good. There's a bunch of lings though, which lings against marines, meh. If he morphs them into banelings, then I will say well done, sir. But if he doesn't morph them into banelings, then I'll say you, sir, are not playing your race to the 9 more workers. He's building something with all those buildings, man. I think he's spending half of his workers just building hatcheries everywhere. But that's it. He's got all the hatcheries on his side of the base. He's crapping creep over all of the rest. Skittles is still on 2 bases. And there we go. Ling's starting to run in. Obviously needed space. Going for Broodlords. Skittles, you need to start moving out and you need to start seeing some stuff. And you need to start doing some stuff. This is typical Terran turtling. It's an insane amount of Terran turtling. Please tell me this is not going to be another planetary. Oh, man. Oh, man. It probably will be another planetary. Although, baby's thinking about a 3rd base. But I would not be surprised at either way at this point. But obviously, Skittles is vastly underestimating the amount of units that Coldsteel has at the moment. There we go. Ling's running in. Unfortunately, the Lings are all going to be dead, and they kind of moved it a little bit too soon. But that's what happens when you move your way to a victory. Oh, all the macro in the world, and his units are being torn apart. Tell me, did he actually... I think he did cap out, but I think he capped out on Lings or something like that. Just straight up Lings running in, so... I tell you, man, he's got the macro of like a Masters level player, but the... his unit selection and his unit micro is... Not quite at a Masters level. I mean, if he was rolling in with Banelings there, I would have said, good play there, good play. You are an excellent player, sir. But unfortunately, it was just Lings, and they kind of all died extremely easily. Here we go. Here's some Banelings. No Baneling speed, and they're not uncreeped up. And we are seeing some sort of micro there from Mr. Skittles. I love this. The fact that he's doing any micro at all is a testament to his playstyle. And now it's just Lings going on. So Skittles looking very, very good in this game. He's turtled his way, and it looks like he may actually come out with a victory here because Coldsteel, so far, I mean, he doesning have Baneling speed. He's got a lot of Lings, but Lings aren't going to do it against this force. Mutas aren't going to do it against this force. Banelings could do it if they had Baneling speed and if he actually attacked the right time. Here we go. There's a nice flank, and the Lings having a go at the Thors. This is what I like to see, but it's just not enough. The thing is, Skittles is going to have to... are we just seeing waves of these guys coming in? Morphing them into Bailing slowly but surely. And he's just... I think he's just got the waypoints on top of these doors or something like that. He needs to get these units in a big clump and then run them on in. But it looks like a base is going to go down. It looks like he's actually built the hive at the 4th base location. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. Very, very interesting. Still a massive, massive amount of minerals just being banked up. And Skittles not too bad as well, considering he's on 2 bases. Has banked up a lot. An absolute lot of stuff here. Units lost. My God. Will you look at that number? 4,000 versus 20,000. This is what happens when you have an insane amount of macro and you just don't care what happens to your units. You build a billion units and you just throw them away. That is exactly what happens. Please tell me he's not going for Broodlords again. Oh, I think he is. His gas income is starting to go downhill badly though. I think he's not getting that much gas. Yeah, not so much. He's got Bailings. Oh, we're seeing Bailing speed? No, we are not. He's getting every upgrade but the one he needs. Oh, it's the Bailing speed. Come on, come on, come on. Don't think he's going to be getting it. Once he's on creep, though, he might have a little bit of a better time rolling in there. Well, not rolling in there because he doesn't have Bailing speed, but waddling into the Terran army and taking him out. And I think a couple of good hits, and Skittles will retreat back to his base and just sort of turtle in there for another 20 minutes before he comes out again. But we just need to get that good attack going on. And coldsteel, he's getting Bailey's out. He's just obviously waiting for the right time. And hopefully, oh, please don't tell me he's going to let Skittles take out his natural. Oh, please don't tell me he's going to just let that natural get rolled over. He's playing it ultra safe at this point. And I don't mean with ultras either. I mean just, yeah, that was a bad joke. Whatever. So, look at this. He didn't make it into a planetary, but he hasn't moved it over either. So it's kind of in a bit of a stasis situation at this point. What do you got here? Perfect flank situation if coldsteel moves out and decides to go behind. Wouldn't be much of a flank though, because I have a feeling Skittles is just going to move straight through these rocks. They're waiting up at the main base. Are they going to do anything? Blah, blah. Yeah, he could sort of. I think he's waiting for them to go off the ramp, maybe. He's just waiting. A couple of Bailey's just going to be waddling down. There we go. The Bailey's finally coming down. And this is going to be pretty huge. Pretty huge. Skittles trying his absolute best. And is actually going to be saving. No, Lynx followed up their attack. Looks like they're all going to go down. And the Juggernaut army of Skittles has finally been destroyed. Very, very hard stuff there. Skittles, yeah, he did the best he could. The only thing is, why did coldsteel let him get away with that much? I think he should have moved out a little bit earlier. Tried to do something, but regardless, so yeah, I don't know. It's we're in Silver League, guys. We're in Gold League. Just go with it. So what have we got happening now? Skittles going to be re-macroing out as much as he can. Yes. Maybe, yes, another barracks. That would not be a bad idea at this point. Because his production facilities are, yeah. They could be a little bit more at this point. Gas income for Mr. Coldsteel starting to run a little bit low. These guys are running out and there's no Nexi anywhere else. So, it's going to be interesting. The income is actually going pretty bad here. Skittles, has pushed up to 40, but still does seriously need to consider moving out for a 3rd base. I think that would probably be a good idea. Otherwise, he may run out of income sometime soon. So we'll be looking forward. Man, that he did make that a planetary. Well, there's I guess this area up the top here is going to be extremely well defended. There we go. There's the push out to a 3rd base that Skittles is going to be making. Over here, going to be an excellent, excellent job. And I think it really will be a nice 3rd base going over. It just needs to get rid of that pesky Overlord. And it should be fine. Tons of hatcheries coming out for coldsteel. He's got tons of minerals banked up. He's got tons of workers. Just needs to go out and start getting that gas income. And then he can just start remacroing a whole army. We do have the Broodlords out here. We've got about 6 of them, bunch of lings as well. Banelings, I would love to see some more Banelings. Hell, I'd love to see Baneling speed. That would make me so happy at this point. Just Baneling speed. Oh man, I want it, I want it, I want it. But it's not quite happening at this point. There we go. Overlord getting scared away. And getting shot quite a bit as well, which is not fun. More hatcheries coming up, more long distance mining coming up. All sorts of good stuff. These are all hatcheries, yes sir. Keeping the macro train rolling. Building a ton more workers. Building an Ultralisk. Building a couple of lairs. 2 lairs, because I mean, one could die. Like somebody could roll in and destroy it. So you might as well have 2 of them. Yeah, just waiting for that creep to knock down. And Skittles, yeah. What are we doing? I mean, we got the macro. On coldsteel side, we got a bit of an army. On Skittles side, but his production facilities are not quite where they need to be to set the old Terran macro cannon off. It's more like a Terran pea shooter at the moment, if you know what I'm talking about. But coldsteel is, yeah, I don't know. He's very, very gas starved at the moment, and he's getting a Nidus out. I don't know why he needs a Nidus when his main army is already here, but you know, maybe he's got some other units that he's going to be pushing in there. Like he builds the unit straight into the Nidus and then he pumps them up over here. So we got a lot of Corruptors here, a lot of Broodlords and stuff. So he's doing pretty well. The Thors are, I'm not sure which attack they're using, but I'm presuming they're using the anti-armored attack here. And they're slowly taking the Broodlords out. Marines as well doing a pretty good job. Medevacs going down quite a bit though, so he's not going to like losing all those medevacs, I'm quite sure. But he has taken out the Nexus and all this creep all over the place again. I think the Overlord just sort of swam in and started crapping all over the place again, which is fine. So delaying this base, and that is really going to knock back the macro of Mr. Skittles. Coldsteel looks like he's got a couple of fully mining bases. Once again, he's got the gas coming in, which is very, very nice. He's overdoing this gas, man. He really, really wants the gas out of there. Once he starts getting gas on this base and this base, then he should be in an insane position. But for now, he's just going for a bunch of Ultras, which are not bad. And they're interesting against Thors. They're pretty good against Marines, pretty good. Thors, yeah. But very, very nice upgrades coming out from Skittles. He's got 3-2 and then 2-2. Coldsteel is at 2-1. And I think he's got 1 armor on his head. Does he have any air units? He's got air units. He's actually got 2 weapons. Why wasn't that in the... It's not in the description, whatever. So yeah. He's done all of his Broodlords. Well, he's done 1 Broodlord. So he's got 1 Broodlord. He's pumping out the Ultras. Thinking about what's next. Skittles going for Banshees. A very, very interesting choice. Completely useless against Corruptors and Broodlords, but fairly good against Ultras, or goodish against Ultras. No idea why he got them. I can't imagine he knew Ultras were coming, but maybe he just wants to have a go at some workers. I think that's the way he's doing it. He's just going to have a crack at some workers, finally take them out. Some Lings coming in, the Ultras coming in. That's a lot of Lings. The Thors are going to be in trouble. There are some Marines behind here, but I'm not sure how it's going to work. There's just so many Lings. The Lings are starting to go down there. The Marine DPS really doing a number on those Lings, and the Ultras eventually going out as well. The Broodlord went the same way as all the previous Broodlords, which is it got shot by some Thors. Baneling's coming in though. Oh, the Baneling hits are finally starting to happen. And the Thor's starting to go down, and Muta's going to be just jumping in to finish off the Banshees. So, not bad. Not bad from both players. And why not? We do have our battleship tech. Battle cruiser tech. What am I saying? Battle cruiser tech coming on. Oh, another Nidus coming in. Another Nidus. I'm still not sure if he's actually getting reinforcements out of there, but it looks like the battle cruisers are not going to be coming out anytime soon. Ling's just rolling in there, destroying everything. There's the Nidus worm coming out. Are there going to be any reinforcements coming out for it? Not too sure. Looks like he is just sending all of his units across the map and just going beautifully. So he's going to be moving in. Planetary versus Lings, but no workers to repair this planetary, so it will go down eventually. coldsteel might have it here. His income, well, Skittles has no workers left. So he's not going to be able to build anything else. He's got almost nothing left. The planetaries are going to do a bit of damage, but I think eventually they will fall. And that is going to be the GG right there. Oh, man. It's an interesting game, I will say. Interesting game from Mr. Coldsteel. And it's just a case of both players just kept on going at the end. Neither player really gave up. And, I mean, we could talk about all sorts of things. We could talk about Skittles never getting it. Well, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about what these players did wrong. I'm going to talk about what they did right. And what they did right was building tons of interesting units and throwing them out there and having a good old bash, which is exactly what we like to see in these games. So, fantastic play. And I think he's left already. So, let's give the GG there. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching this game. If you want to send any more replays in, definitely feel free to. He's still building workers. You can never stop this guy from building workers. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. This has been Harry Moppet. I hope you enjoyed this game. Send me replays so I can cast them.